Okay. Hi, I'm Elliott, and first and foremost, I would like to apologize for not making it to NCTE. I did have a speech prepared, and I thought I wouldn't want to waste the thoughts, and so here it goes. When you look at me, tell me, what is it that you see? When you hear where I'm from, what are you thinking? You're right. I'm a high school dropout. I left school because it was easier to leave than it was to stay. I am a felon, incapable of taking part in political activities like helping to choose my leader. And yet you call me a free man. No one in my family has ever dreamt of succeeding. No one in my family has even tasted victory. I had my first child at 13, and by 18, I had 3 more. I am a walking corpse destined to lie 6 feet under. My only work experiences is hustling these streets and selling poison of my own kind. I am the one that you look down upon. I am a juvenile delinquent, a fatherless child who, although knows the pain of having an absent parent, I still choose to be a deadbeat. I am the little girl who has been raped or molested, but I speak no words of my pain. I just take a shower and call it a day, while it haunts my every night. I am the stereotype on urban youth, but that is not me. You see, I have seen guns, I have seen drugs, I have witnessed beatings, and I have lost friends. I've seen eviction notices on the door or in the mail. I've held on to sorrow for years. My shoulders have wilted from carrying the weight of the world. I've went nights with bread and bologna as dinner. I've went days with no electricity. I've cried myself to sleep many nights. I have felt unwanted, unloved, and alone. I've had thoughts of leaving school and never coming back. I have met defeat many, many times. I have dealt with drugs. I have been surrounded by gangs the majority of my life. See, even when your parents try to hide you from these things, they show up. If you live in the heart of the hood, you can't avoid the inevitable. You can't hide from the sex, the money, the drugs. You're destined to run into it. Trying to avoid this stuff is like trying to live life in your body without a beating heart. It's like cutting yourself and not expecting to see blood. See, it's a gory life us urban youth live. But we do. And through all these struggles, I stand here before you today not as a statistic, but so much more. I'm an activist within my community, fighting for peace. I am a poet speaking words of unification and revolution. It is time for a change. And I say we start with education. See, knowledge is power, it's true. But when what we learn is irrelevant to our success, we lose drive. And when we lose drive, we just stop. See, I've sat in class and learned the whole curriculum throughout the year, just to see an end of the year exam with a lot of stuff we haven't even learned. I've had teachers who have told me that they didn't know some of the stuff that they were teaching. I've went a whole school year without a textbook, and the ones we do get are tattered, beaten, with pages missing. I've had teachers ask me, what's the point in me coming to class because of my earlier years? Teachers had told me they didn't care if the children learned anything or not, they were still getting paid. The Rochester City School District Superintendent gave a testing to 9th graders around the city of Rochester, just to find that the majority of the students could only read on a 4th grade level. What does that say? Is it a system trying to keep urban kids inferior? Do we feel that we should just pass them along with no problem? It truly saddens me. I've even had a teacher who asked me what's the point in her teaching if most other teachers just pop in a movie and call it a day, or don't truly teach the children to their potential. See, the problem is, a lot of teachers nowadays, they don't have any sympathy. If you're absent from school or unfocused in school, they label you as skipping or just lazy. They don't bother to ask what personal issues you're going through. Do you know what it's like to be told that someone close to you is either dying or dead? Then you're expected to go into school the next day with a clear mind? Have you avoided funerals and went to school anyways, trying to learn while you know a friend is being buried? Have you instilled a secret into someone you once looked up to, a friend, a role model? Better yet, a teacher, and had them let your business out, and yet you're expected to see them as the same? As a child, did you have the heart to give all your money to your parents to help pay with the bills, even if you knew that's not always what they did with the money? Have you worked hour upon hour until pure exhaustion just to come home to animosity and isolation? If you have, then you'll see there is no difference between us. So why are we divided? Why in the city are there more felonies and prisoners than graduates and Why in the city are there more felonies and prisoners than graduates and scholars? How come all the city school districts, or how come all the city schools share one district, while suburban schools each have their own? See, I've walked the halls of suburban schools just to see the majority of the students there were white. I've walked the halls of urban schools every single day and found the majority black and Hispanic. Why does it cost more than double what my father makes to get a proper school education? See, I've given a presentation in a suburban school, had a teacher ask me, how could I give such a profound presentation? I couldn't have learned it in an urban school. And although at the time I gave a humble response, I now say I didn't learn it in school. I learned it from life experience. See, I'm fed up being seen as a lower being. I'm tired of living life in the lower class and looking up to the highest. I'm tired of evictions. I am tired of roach-infested houses. I am tired of crumbling walls and mice running around everywhere. I'm tired of fighting for something and getting nothing. When you have nothing to lose, you have nothing to lose. So I stand here before you today pleading, please let me learn. Let us urban youth get the chance we have been stripped of our whole lives. Martin Luther King had a dream to end racism. We now have a black president. His dream is becoming a reality, slowly but surely. I myself have a dream. Not for me, for my days of school are nearly finished. It's too late. But for my children, and my grandchildren, and their children, and their friends, to be given knowledge not from the streets but from a teacher. And I dream one day teachers will see that the best teacher is not themselves, but the students. And the best student is a teacher. And I dream these students will have a pen and a pad ready to learn the world. And the teachers will have a pad and a pen ready to learn the world. Because a smart person thinks that they know everything. But a wise person knows that they know nothing. And if you know everything, then what's the point in living? If you can't get better, then why even try? See, I have a dream. No, I have a reality. Because dreams don't come true. You can follow them, but you will never obtain them. You can chase them, but they are far too fast. So I have a reality. Where classism is a thing of the past. Where division is no longer a way of life, rather just a math subject. My reality is unification and peace. Equal education to all. My reality will hopefully become a reality. You see, I want to go to school. I don't want to feel inferior to my teachers. I don't want to feel inferior to my peers in the higher class. I don't want to die dumb. I don't want to die smart. I don't even want to die wise. I want to die as a student. I want to live as a student. And I want me and all my peers and all of their peers and all my family and friends to have an equal opportunity at a good education. Thank you.